I got this freezing of these small pins of biological material down to a sort of as far as I could go using the cryogens. Now we were going through the whole chemistry book of cryogens, freons, butanes, propanes, and eventually one day I came across ethane, and I was using that, and it seemed to be cleaner for sectioning. It was much cleaner because of the temperature in the microtome was suitable for the melting point of ethane, or the evaporation point. And so I stuck with ethane for a long time. And then John Tews was in the lab. He often was in the lab playing around with his viruses. And I was watching him one day spraying his viruses onto carbon films to get a few viruses on. And we thought, well, that might be an idea. And Mark Adrian had just joined the lab. And Mark was a very astute engineering, biological engineer. And I said, look, I'm using this ethane at the moment. Let's try and put this spray device in action onto a grid and then drop it into the ethane. And then we had the holder that was ready to receive this small grid. And we did lots of those, lots and lots of those. And a lot of the results were not good, because we couldn't see anything in the microscope. The microscope wasn't ready yet. We hadn't found the next trick to stop the water vapor condensing on the cold grid that we put in the microscope. And that took an engineer from the instrumentation lab, Jean-Claude Homo, to design a new trap in the microscope to capture the water while we were trying to image. And so that just cleared the image. And one day when I was in the lab and on the microscope, and I'd done some of these spray freezings of this pure water, I saw for the first time one of these droplets that didn't have any what we call bend contours or fractured crystalline appearances. And I thought, oh, is this oil contamination again? We've got another problem. But before I did anything, I said to Jacques, I said, come in. And he didn't often come to the microscope, but I said, come and look at this and see what you think. I think it's interesting, but it may be contamination. And he came and had a look, and he looked, and he said, well, we'll do one more thing, one more experiment. We'll slowly take the caps off the liquid nitrogen holder and let the water start to evaporate, the liquid nitrogen evaporate out of the container, and let the temperature rise very slowly, and try and control this rising temperature. And he said, and he knew the diffraction story about some of it about water. And he said, we know the hexagonal ice won't be in the vacuum, but there may be another phase of this. And we watched it, and we watched the diffraction pattern, and it changed from this beautiful amorphous ring to this cubic ring, which we'd never seen before. And they said, well, that's cubic ice. And then, of course, it vanished in the vacuum. And he said, that's it. We've gone through a phase change. You had amorphous water. That was our eureka moment. And he went bananas. He went crazy. I've never seen him. He was very normally quiet and reserved Swiss French guy. He whacked me on the back and said, you've done it.